Animal smarts can be pretty impressive. From the hunting strategies of orcas, to cats clever enough to solve cognitive puzzles, and even fish able to count. The creatures of planet Earth can surely give some humans a run for their money. But which species has the biggest brain? And does a big brain necessarily mean a high IQ? The undisputed winner of the biggest brain of any animal species is the sperm whale, with a brain weighing around 9 kilograms. Whilst having such a big brain doesn't necessarily come with a high level of intelligence, a 2021 study did find that in the early days of whale hunting, the success rate of whale harpooning dropped by almost 60%. This suggests that perhaps either the whales were learning how to avoid the hunters, or that they were able to pass information across to their friends, crediting them with more communication skills and intelligence than was first thought. We should also consider the makeup of the brain itself. The cerebellum is a structure responsible for movement, balance, tracking, and some memory. In a sperm whale, the cerebellum makes up around 7% of the total brain mass, whereas for a killer whale, it's around double, at 14%. For a human, the cerebellum makes up around 10% of the total mass of the average human brain, which weighs roughly around 1.4 kilograms. The total body size of the animal should also be considered when thinking of the biggest brain. A tiny ant takes the top spot with the largest brain to body size ratio. An ant of the genus Brachymeryx was found to have a brain that makes up 12% of its 0.049 milligrams total body mass. This fits in with something called Hurley's rule. The larger the animal is in total size, the smaller the brain to body ratio will be. When a dataset of 1,400 mammal species, including some fossils, investigated their brains and body sizes, they found that the California sea lion, though famous for the tricks it can perform, has a small brain compared to its body mass. Humans and dolphins, on the other hand, have smaller bodies but large brains in comparison. In gorillas and orangutans, despite their comparable size to humans, their brains are around 1/3 of the size. Then there's the interesting phenomenon of domestication syndrome, where domesticated species have smaller brain sizes than their wild counterparts. Bullfighting breeds of cows, for example, had brains nearly as large as those of wild cattle and extinct cattle species. Beef and dairy cattle that had regular interactions with humans have the smaller brains. As for land dwellers, elephants have the largest brains of all terrestrial mammals and exhibit high levels of social and emotional intelligence and memory. Let's not forget the birds either. Corvids are notoriously clever. Another study suggested that ravens are just as clever as chimpanzees, despite the difference in brain size. Animals and their brains and brain space may be taken up with visual processing power for flying, allocated to social relationships or advanced cognitive skills. Regardless, the sperm whales come out on top, having the most grey matter of any species ever to exist. Thank you for watching Eye for Science. Please subscribe for more videos like this.